Hello, my name is Brian Fitz. I'm a lawyer in Houston, Texas, and I've represented plant workers and refinery workers for years after they've been injured in refinery explosions. If you are ever involved in a refinery explosion, I'm giving you the four things you must do immediately after the explosion. If you've worked in a plant or refinery, you understand that it's a very secure area. Oftentimes, you're not allowed to take your cell phone inside, and you have to leave all of your personal belongings in your car. Well, we've seen this happen time and time again in explosions. Is as soon as the explosion happens, people literally run for their lives and they scramble and get as far away as they possibly can. Ultimately, they meet up with their coworkers and they're typically funneled off into some sort of quarantined area nearby. Sometimes it's a church, sometimes it's a school, sometimes it's a hospital. But once you get there, you have none of your personal effects. And all the while you're happy to be alive and extremely scared and concerned and experiencing emotion you've never felt in your entire life, your family has already heard about the incident. It's on TV and they know you were there and they're crying and they have no idea if you're okay. So the first thing you do is get somebody to call your family and let them know you're okay. Because your family's calling you right now, but your phone's locked up in your truck out in the parking lot. So that's the first thing to do. Let your family know you're okay. Second thing you want to do is get your own medical treatment. As soon as you are quarantined, the company's going to want to ask you, they're going to ask you how you're feeling, are you okay, and a number of things. And they're also going to try to send you to their doctors. Their doctors are probably the same doctors you saw when you passed your physical to go to work. And their job is to make sure that you can go to work. They're not going to do the diagnostic testing to see how you really are. They're going to look at you. If you can still walk and you don't need any stitches, they're going to say you've got bumps and bruises, just to move on down the road and you'll be fine. We've seen this happen time and time again. In fact, I have a guy who darn near needed a knee replacement after an explosion. And when he went to the company doctor, they told him there was nothing wrong with his knee. It went on for months and months and months, and he finally realized he had massive, massive derangement in his knee. The third thing you must do is get treatment for your own emotional well-being. These explosions will live with you forever. The sights, the smell, the sounds, all of it. You'll wake up in the middle of the night. It'll affect the way you work. It makes it hard to go back to work in the refineries. Most people think that they're strong and it's not going to bother them, but it does. It wears on you. Get treatment. Whether you get treatment through your church or through a counselor, definitely seek treatment because you'll wish you had, because this stuff's going to follow you for years. And with treatment, it can get better. The fourth thing you must do if you're involved in an industrial explosion or a refinery fire is to check your hearing. This is an often overlooked thing that most people don't do. But most of the time when you pass a physical to go to work in a refinery, they do a baseline hearing test and they make sure you have good hearing because they want you to be safe and they want you to be able to hear people if there's something going on. Well, after a refinery, if there's been a loud explosion or something, your ears are affected. You've got to go get them checked out. It's not very hard to do. Go to an ENT and they can check your hearing and you can compare that to the hearing test that you had when you started your job in the refinery. As an explosion lawyer or refinery fire lawyer, my job for you is to get you the best medical care possible and make sure we can put you back together the best we possibly can. If you've been involved in a refinery explosion or an industrial accident, give us a call today. At the very least, we can try to steer you in the right direction for proper medical care. If you have any questions, please call 1-800-99-FITZ. That's 1-800-99-FITZ.